It tells me I'm going live over here on Facebook, and it tells me I'm going live here on Facebook and YouTube and Facebook business page. Okay, so let me go ahead and get it so that it looks like I'm looking in one direction. One direction. Okay, so you can see right here on Facebook Live page. So this is kind of like my other camera that's pointing down onto my counter, and I'm trying to figure out, I think I could be able to help you get there. Like, hold on, how does this turn? Hold on, this might be a little jarring. Oh, I think I know how to do it. Tighten it that way. Okay, hopefully that'll work. I am not sure. All right, so this is the overview for the Christmas tree skirt. Let me show you the skirt that I made last year, and I was thinking about doing a class on it last year in person, but to be in person, it would have been pretty pricey, and it would be easier for people to go out and make a skirt, well, buy a skirt for $50 before paying $75 to make one. And so it's a pretty big skirt. Here's half of it. So here it is on Facebook, YouTube page, on Facebook and YouTube. This is half of it. So here's the other half. So I'm going to describe the dimensions of everything you need to make this skirt. I'm taking out pins because I was using it to determine how much bias tape is needed for this project. And it's a lot of fabric, it's a lot of material, depending on how you're going to make it. So what I have done is probably the most expensive way to do it, but you know, you got to catch a deal. So how do I want to start this? Christmas tree skirt. The skirt consists of your outside fabric, which is for the outside, fabric bias tape or fabric for the trim that goes around, and then there's cotton batting on the inside, and then there is fabric that goes on the back. So I had it on this side for most of the holidays, and then right when we got closer to Christmas, the girls turned it over and they said they wanted the snowflake side. So the thing is, what makes this a little bit more on the expensive side is because holiday fabric is more expensive than other fabric unless you get it after the holidays. And so I think that's what I did. I think I had picked this fabric up after that Christmas holiday in time to make it for the next holiday. So how do I start? If you're interested in making this project, it is going to be a full day workshop virtually online via Zoom, and it's going to be $35. That is the easiest way to make this happen. If I did something like this in person, it would probably be maybe over $100. So online, one day, 6 hours, I'm hoping 6 hours. To make this, it's just $35. All you have to do is have an account to be able to get on Zoom. So let me tell you where the cost comes in. So to make this panel right here, there are 16 triangles here. And I used holiday fabric for all of it, starting from the stripes to snowflakes, the Christmas tree houses, more snowflakes. So it's all Christmas fabric, even on the inside. And because I want it to be extra, the bias binding on the fabric is also holiday fabric. So it's holiday fabric through and through. So there are 16 panels. There is one pattern, and I will make this available. You will have to print it out and put it together. So one of these panels this is 26 yards. So fabric in the store, it's usually what, 44 inches. So I think, yeah, I think it's usually 44 inches. And then this is 26 inches long. So how I've calculated, whew, this is the hard part. This is why I wanted to do an overview, because I think when it comes down to it, it depends on if you want to do the individual triangles or if you just want to do one large piece that's the same. If so, then you should be able to do this with 1.5 yards. I think that's what it is, 1.5 yards, let me guess. So to determine that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this, I'm going to fold this in half, because I thought I wrote that number down. So if I take this and get my tape measure, I hope I'm being heard. All right, all the way down to this end is 55 inches. Okay, so you wouldn't be able to use one piece like this 55 inches because a yard is 36 inches. Yard is 36 inches. 36. Yeah, so it will probably be, I would say definitely 2 yards. 2 yards, because you would sew this, because I did it on the back where this piece here, I pieced it together. Oh, yep, here it is right here. So I pieced, no, I thought that was it. Oh boy. Here it goes. Here is where I pieced it together. So let's see where we're at. So it's a little overlap. So from here, so it's 26. So let's see if you can use 1 yard. 26 inches. Nope. So you need 2 yards. So say, for example, you want to make the tree skirt with plain fabric on the front, plain fabric on the back. I would get about I would get 2 yards of one fabric and then 2 yards of the other. And then to make the bias binding, that would also be, did I say 2 yards? So the bias binding, there is approximately 220 inches of, I'm looking for my numbers. I had it here, 200, and here it goes. There's 296 inches of bias tape on here. So 296 inches of bias tape equals to about 8.5 yards, I think. That's crazy. That can't be right. No, that's not right. 296 inches of bias tape is about 3 fat quarters, and 3 fat quarters, so it's a yard. So to make enough bias tape to go all the way around the Christmas tree skirt, it would be a yard, because you would need 3. If you're using fat quarters, which is this size right here, fat quarters, you would need 4. A fat quarter is 4, and to make this out of fat quarters, you would need 3. So I'm just going to say, be safe and get 1 yard of holiday fabric to go around the edge, and also to make the ties. So one thing that messed me up when I made this, and I wasn't thinking, is when you make the tree skirt, if you're going to be using directional fabric, then you have to take that into account, because if you look at my tree skirt, so whenever I was looking at it and making it, my snowmen and my village were facing me like this. Like this. And it looked okay. So I said, yes, this is great. But when it goes under the tree, everyone's going to be looking at it this way. This way. And so the 2 that I have, I think, how many did I use? 3, 4. I used it 4 times. All of my seams are upside down. So I think that's probably why my daughters turned it over and said that they were going to just have the blue stuff. But so I'm making another one. So those are the things that you have to make sure you keep in the back of your mind. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the table, and I want to make sure, let me get this one over here down to the table right there. Let's get the other party people here. Let's see if I can get you down on the table somehow. Let me go up here. All right, I'll be sure to explain what I am talking through. Okay, so here is some fabric, and I bought this at the end of the holiday season last year. And so this is Christmas lights. And so depending on the Christmas lights, you would either have all the bulbs going down, the bulbs down and the wires at the top, or all the wires on the bottom and the wires at the bottom and the bulbs going towards the top. Now, if I were to lay this fabric out, this is fabric that is specifically made by Joann's, and I took my Christmas tree skirt here and I laid it out, not the skirt, but the pattern. So the pattern is fitting, okay? I don't know if you can see that. So the pattern is fitting. So if I wanted to make this, let's talk about how many. So this is 26 inches. So you don't have to get a full yard, because here's the selvage along the end. So it was cut cross grain this way. So this is probably 27 inches, because I go over a ½ inch. So if I wanted to make a tree skirt, say I wanted to have 2 panels of this fabric, then here would be 1, and then I would fold it in half. Not in half, but I would fold it. So here's 2. And then you could get 3. So 26 yards of fabric, that is, how wide is this fabric? I should have wrote that down too. I think it's 44 inches. Let's see. Usually cotton fabric is about 44 inches. Yep. Okay, so it's about 42 inches. So it's not 34 inches. So if you were to get 26 inches of fabric, you can make 3 panels. So let me get mine. Okay. So you're going to say 26 inches of fabric. 26 inches of fabric, and then if you got 1 yard, no, I'm sorry, 26 inches. That's not, I need something to wipe this off with. Not 1 yard. Don't buy 1 yard. It's 26 inches of fabric, and if it is 42 inches wide, you can get 3 panels. And how many panels do we have in all? We have 16 panels. Okay, so say you did 3 in one fabric. So if you wanted to make yours colorful, say you did 3 in one panel. Now you have 13 panels left. And so you did another, say you wanted to do another 3 in a print, then you would still need 10 panels. So, and on and on and on. So directional fabric, we're going to say this is directional fabric. Let me go back to my panel here. 3 directional fabric or print, directional print, and this is 3 directional print. So you can do 26 inches here and 26 inches there. So say that's my 3 panels. So I'm done with this fabric here. So now I'm going to this Christmas tree right here. So this is a leftover from last year. So I'm not going to go into, so you can see this is going to get me 1 panel. So we'll take this one out of the equation because that's left over from last year. I have these gingerbread. Let's look at this. How much did I get here? I think I also got 26 inches. This is 26 inches. So now this is not directional fabric. So this can be cut out a little bit different. So what we have here is you can cut out one this way, and then the other can go this way. You see that? So with directional fabric, this is all the scenery is going to be faced this way. So I can write on this side. So here's a person. Woo-hoo, hand and feet. So with directional fabric, 26 inches, you can get 3 panels. But then if you get fabric that there's not directional, let's see how many we can get out of here. So you can have this here. Let's see. So it comes down to how much fabric is at the bottom. So here's the bottom here. I'm going to take a pin, and I think it's only 2. I think you can only get 2. So this goes here. Wait a minute, I think you might be able to get 3. I'm trying to remember what I did. So if you had this one right here, and I do not want to cut my fabric yet, because I haven't figured out the design, because I'm making this for someone. So here's a piece here, and then this piece can go like this. And let's see if we have, I don't think we have enough. I'm just putting pins here to mark it out. And nope, so there's not, so we're going to go with 4 if we did it this way. Now what about if I, nope, so that's it. So for a yard of fabric, if you wanted to have non-directional fabric, you can get 4. So we're going to go back to our paper or board here, and we're going to say we can get 4 panels for non-directional. And so that's going, so both all for 26 inches. So say, for example, we wanted to do, we're going to do 4 non-directional print, and then now we have 6, and so we want to get another piece of fabric and of non-directional print. And so if we have 4 of non-directional print, then that leaves 2, and then say you went, and then now we're just going to go ahead and go back to directional print fabric, because you can get 3, but we only need 2 of directional print. So do you see what we did there? So you would need, this is 26, 26, 26, 26, and 26. So on my site for the registration, I will have this broken out more clearly, but I wanted to make the video so that you can kind of get an idea of what I mean by, if you have directional print, you would need, you can get 3 panels out of directional print, and you can get 4 panels out of non-directional print. So this right here would be considered non-directional print, because the gingerbread men are going every which way. So I'm going to put that back to the side. Let's look at some other fabric. This right here is some snowflake fabric. This right here is non-directional print. So you can get 4, but I probably only get 2, because I wanted to put more print in there. So you can get 4 out of that one. And here is other, what is this? This would be considered non-directional print. And you would be able to get 4 out of this. And I think this is going to be my back fabric. This is my back fabric, because I have more of this. And so I can tell you exactly how much I have. So let's measure this out here. So for my backing, so on the other one I had snowflakes. On this one I have, this is, oh, that is not helping me. So here is the yardage right here, going this way. I think I got 2 yards. Going down. Oh no, I am wrong. But this is definitely a lot of fabric, so I'm going to fold it. Let's see how much yard. I think and I'm trying to figure out the best way to lay this out. So I'm laying it across my cutting mat. So here's 36 inches. That's 1 yard. No, this is 2 yards. I don't know what I was thinking at first. So yes, so it would be helpful for the back to get 2 yards. I think that's what I said earlier for the backing. And then also for the cotton batting. So I got lightweight cotton batting. Here is what I got. You don't have to get this kind. This is just what was on sale at the time. Toasty cotton. The batting does not have to be toasty. But I wanted this one because it was lightweight. So this is the one I picked. It's Fairfield Toasty Cotton. It's great for machine sewing. So I got 2 yards of this. So if you think about the whole tree skirt as a whole, for the top, it's 2, you want 2 yards of fabric. For the bottom, you want 2 yards of fabric. And for the cotton batting on the inside, you want 2 yards of fabric. If you want to do the directional print, look what I have here. I actually have one. If you want to do the directional print for 26 inches of fabric, that will give you 3 panels. For 4 inches of fabric, that will give you 4 panels. So I'm just going to, since I do have this piece here, I'm just going to double check those dimensions. So, and I think that's why I had this piece here, because this piece is not going into my project. So here is one piece that would go here. So that's 1. And then this piece will go here. Let's scoot this over. I want to get it right on the edge. Two, up like that. See, because this is a straight line. And then the other one will go 3. So that's 6. So let's go back, because I was wrong. So now you can get a total of 6 panels out of there if you want it. So now we'll go back and we'll erase the bottom part. I'm glad I got this video so I can keep it. So now we did 3 here. We did 3 here of the directional fabric. And now we are, let me see, 3 here and 3 here. Let me go check that. Because now that I got this piece, this makes sense. That's why I had this here. I couldn't remember. That is non-directional fabric. And then, oh, yeah, we did it right. Right? That's directional, non-directional fabric. So now if we did this as directional fabric, oh my gosh, I think my numbers were wrong. Let's see. Nope, it was 3 because we only can get 1. Let's open it up here. We get 1 here. And we'll cut out one over here. I'll cut out one. So that is right. Back to our board. 3 directional print gives us down to 13. 3 directional print, that's 6. Now we're down to 10 more panels. So if we did 6 in non-directional print, that leaves us with 4. And then say, for example, if you wanted to get another print, because this is the design, this is the design, this is a design. And say we wanted to get one more design, just to have 4 different designs. Then say you can get the 4 of non-directional, or you would be able to get, so you can get 4 non-directional print, right? Or you can get, out of 4, you can get, out of 26, you can 26, then you would have 3 in directional print, and then you can get another, so 26 and 26, you would probably get your, this is 26 inches, 26 and 26, because there would be some overlap. So I would say in here, just to be safe, you can get 1.5 yards to get your 4. So 26, 26, 26, 26, or 26, 26, 26, 26, and 1.5 yards. I would say 1.5 yards. I would be, otherwise you might come up short. So this is just an overview of how much fabric you would need to make a Christmas tree skirt. And also on top of all of this, remember there is also the bias binding. So to make the bias binding is 290, you're right, 296 inches of fabric. And that comes, so if you were to get fat quarters, you would need 3 fat quarters. Or if you wanted to use fabric, then you would need, this is fat quarters, you would need 1 yard. So that's what I mean by it can get pretty pricey. And picking out fabric for people, that's why I didn't want to do it, because I didn't want to provide the fabric, because everybody has, you know, not everybody, but most people have a decor that they have going on in your house. As you can see, for the new panels that I'm about to make, everything is going to have a caramel, chocolate, brown tone to it. And so everybody probably doesn't want that, so I wouldn't buy that 4-to-1. So that is how much you need. I'm going to go ahead and write it and have it posted on my website. If you have been following me, that you know that my website is, write it down here, savvy-sewing.com. So you can come there. There'll be a link for the Christmas tree skirt class. It's going to be on, I think it's going to be on a Saturday. I have the Saturday picked out, but I don't have it in my mind. And I think it's going from 10 a.m. till 4 or 5 o'clock p.m. 5 p.m. at the latest. Okay? And the cost is going to be $35. Hope to see you there. Let me go ahead and get back here. So that is all I have for now. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, you can send me an email, Shawnice@savvysewing.com, and I'll be sure to address all the messages. Sign up for the class. Registration will be opening up soon. Have a good weekend, and until then, happy sewing. Loves! We got to finish up all this.